Hello, welcome.
Hi.
How is everybody?
Hot.
Good.
Good to see you all popping in here. Welcome.
There for a minute. Oops, I did it again.
Uh-oh.
What's happening here?
Oh, I see. I can see that you're wearing something, Pat.
Yes, but I can't get you back.
Oh, well, I'm seeing you, so we haven't lost you, which is great.
How do I get you back? Let's see. Hit escape. That didn't help. Well, fiddle-dee-dee.
Let's see. Oh,
Huh.
we had someone arrive at our house, so might have to mute really quickly if the dog starts barking again. Gwen, I saw you had a message and a question about uploading pictures.
Right.
Did you sort that out yet or no?
No, I tried it
Okay.
several times and it won't. It says it rejects it. So
Oh, I wonder if that's a file type issue or something.
I don't
Well,
know.
that's feel free to send me your pictures and did you take a look at the raffle prizes in the email from last week?
I did.
Okay, so maybe just send me your email, by email. You can send me your choices if you want to do
Okay.
all your entries for one or pick and choose. It'd be great either way.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Of course.
I'm back.
You're
I see you.
back.
Yes, I see you.
Okay,
Hey.
good. Nice to have everybody here. So I heard somebody say it's warm. Who's warm?
Me. It's
Yeah,
hot.
Niecy's hot. What do you got for weather down there, Niecy?
100 plus and high humidity.
Ooh.
Yikes. Yes, like a
Oh.
sauna. You open your door and it's
Oh.
like a sauna.
Oh.
Where are you?
Nashville, just barely north of Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, yes, it gets really hot there.
Oh, it's miserable.
Goodness.
You
Pat,
have
how's it?
AC?
Yes, but the ACs can't keep up, and people's electric bills are running like $400 and $500 a month, right?
That is wicked.
It is. Mine is on 80, and my light bill was still $200.
Yeah. Geez, that is tough.
Why did people bother to move there before AC?
I
Oh,
grew up on a farm, working in a farm all day long, but I couldn't do it now.
Yeah.
wow. That is intense. Well, we've in Maine been blessed with some primo summer weather. Jamie is nodding. My favorite summer
It's
weather is the
basically
summer
fall.
weather. Yeah, that feels like cool nights where you can put on a blanket and then nice warm days in the 70s with no humidity. Today it feels a little bit like maybe the humidity's creeping back up just a smidge. The temperature's a little warmer, but we have been counting our blessings here and really taking advantage of this gorgeous weather. Yeah, got out for some gardening today, which was fun. Did some inside work too. Well, let's hear what everybody's got on your needles. I've got my notebook. Last week I just could barely even keep up with everybody's finished projects. I mean, my paper was full of the scribbles and I still didn't capture everything. So I'll try to do better, but sometimes you guys just blow my mind with all that you're doing.
Well, I slowed down quite a bit this past week. I don't know. I've just been working on, I've made some good progress on this alpine tee. And you give me a second, I'm going to put my stitch stoppers on. But I'm happy because I didn't get gauge, and I'm learning from Anna. I can't remember her last name. And I don't
Billboard. Yep.
Yeah, I don't do another swatch if I like it. I just resize it, but then I still am not very confident in my resizing ability, but I did it. And so the color work is done.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, wow.
Lovely.
And
Oh
now I just
my.
have to do, 1,000 inches of stockinette.
The
And
most
the
fun part.
sleeves, I know. And the sleeves of the pattern are lacy. They kind of match this top, and I'm not doing that. I'll just pick up the stitches and then do some ribbing. And so like once I get to the bottom, once I get to the sleeves, it's like done basically. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I had to like force myself to just, because it wasn't, it's fingering weight. And I don't know if Iris, I give you permission, if I ever come into the store and I say, I'm going to do a fingering weight COLORWORKS t-shirt, you can be like, remember what happened last summer?
Mm.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, that's a toughie. I have not been brave enough to do a fingering weight sweater garment for myself. That just feels like a lot of knitting for me. I don't know.
They're
Yes.
so beautiful though when they're done, and you're so glad that you took the time and the aggravation to get it done. You're going to just love this sweater forever.
Yeah, I will. And I'm very glad that I listened to Rachel from On the Round, because there were moments when she helped me pick the colors out, and it's not high contrast at all. And so there were moments where I'm like, both of the yarns matched each other when I was doing the color work, but I think it shows up just perfectly the way I'd want
Going to
it
be
to.
gorgeous.
So
Totally
Next time you must
beautiful.
wear it.
that's my goal. So
Well, and I also think the beauty of that fingering weight too. I mean, I think you're going to get so much wear over it with that.
Yes.
You'll be
Yeah.
wearing it. You'll be wearing it with a long sleeve t-shirt in winter. You'll be wearing it in fall and spring, and maybe even for a cool night in summer here in Maine.
Probably yes.
Just
all
love
that.
the
All of
fingering.
it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, well, oh my gosh, I completely forgot I finished my second love note and I was going to wear it, but then it was a little too warm to wear it today.
Yeah, I'll bring my
But let me just I will definitely wear it for next week, even if it's just for a minute. But I really like how it feels. I like the fit. I've worn it with a bunch of skirts this week, and it is so light and so fluffy. And I'm very pleased that I'm done with those sleeves and finished, and I can wear it.
Saw you wearing it on the podcast yesterday and it looked really nice.
Yes, it did.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like that ombre effect. It turned out really well. So happy to be done with that. And then my next finish along priority is my son's sweater. And I showed this also on the podcast, but I finished the waistband cast off.
Nice.
And I picked up for sleeve number 1. Surprise, my sleeves had really different number of stitches. Neither one was actually the number I was supposed to have. So just picking up a few more or less under that underarm and hoping for the best with that. It's a little heavy to work on that today. And because I'm doing that brioche class at the Goat, I am working on this little brioche beanie hat, trying to catch up to where the students in the class will be this weekend. When I see them on Sunday, we'll be ready for our decreases at the top. So I've got a little bit more to go, but it's that beautiful Malabrigo worsted. It's just so fun, so squishy. And then of course, so fun and reversible on the inside. So it's like brioche is never boring. So I don't mind that I'm just doing like slow towards that 7-inch mark. This one is going to be for my husband. Oh, that's my updates.
Thanks.
Well, having not had a brioche class, but would love to learn it, I tackled your what is it? The Bitty.
The Bitty.
Yes. I
Yay.
had some leftover sock yarn. I didn't quite have enough to finish, so I grabbed another sock yarn to border it. But there you can see there's some orange in the sock yarn. That
Oh
was
my gosh.
fun. That was such a great pattern. It was fun. Got a
Oh,
little sample of brioche. I'm sure that's not the whole game, for I'm sure there's a lot more to the brioche than what your pattern has, but it was so fun and it's
oh
so
my God.
cute.
I'm so happy that you as a new briocher found like you could handle the pattern and it looks
Yeah.
really fun. And I actually love that little contrast edging. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you. I was worried that it might be a little much, but I think it's okay.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's lovely.
So
I
Well,
like
zip.
it.
Well,
Take it a while.
great pattern. Thank you for the fun. It was just enough interest and you had to think a little bit to not make it boring. It was a fun knit. I'll do another one. Right now I'm working on, I'm like Rachel, I'm into accessories at the moment. I just can't bring myself to work on a hot sweater. So it's
yeah.
waiting. And what is this called? Hang on, Moonbeam. There's a new pattern out called Moonbeam. It's another like a Sophie scarf, but a little bit longer.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got kind of a
Oh,
lacy textured pattern to it.
Nice. Cool.
So it'll be a wraparound tie in the front. So I'm almost through with that. So I'm working on that.
Lovely. Yes. Accessory knits. It's perfect for summer. We need to break it up.
I
Yeah.
had to. I just couldn't do any more heavy sweaters for a while. So it's still sitting right here next to my feet, waiting.
Okay.
I'll get
Awesome.
back to it. That dog, what is it? The dog
The dog star. You'll get back to
star.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll get back to it.
Yep.
I'm in that body and that's so
Yeah.
boring at the moment. So
So
I'll get back to it.
we feel your pain.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this off because it is hot here.
Oh, great. Well, let's see. Mary Ellen. Hi, Mary Ellen.
I'm still working on my hipster, which I'm in the middle of a row, but it's getting there.
Yes,
Loving
it
that.
is.
I don't have that much left, but the rows are so long. It just takes a long time. And
Yeah.
again, the heat, I don't know. This is just a lot for I need a mini thing. I did make a couple bear sweaters, but I gave them away, the little ones. And I did finish my socks.
Yay.
And after that, I have COLORWORK socks to do is my next thing after I finish this hipster, which I hopefully will have done by the next time.
Awesome. COLORWORK socks. Do you have a particular pattern in mind?
Yes, it's called I think it's under the cover. And it's either under the cover or under the quilt, and it looks like quilting. It has like a
Oh.
star design in it, and
Hmm.
that's why I really liked it.
I
But
like that idea.
I haven't. I started it a while ago. Again, it's a finished thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have it next time.
Oh, Jamie just popped it into the chat. Under the Quilt by Stone Knits.
Yes, that's
Jamie,
it.
I
Yes,
yay.
I
yes.
just because I'm doing a monthly sock
Oh,
whatever of
yes.
the year,
The
and
cuff thing? No,
yeah I what?
the cuff, the cuff club.
No, it's through Farmer's Daughters Fiber.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I did that one a couple months ago. I
Um,
just did it on the top part, on the
I
leg
think I'm
part of.
doing that too.
Yeah, I haven't quite braved doing color work the entire sock yet.
Yeah. Well, this will be
But
my first for doing
it
color work on a sock.
it's a good one. I haven't done a lot of it, but that one
Yeah.
will be a really nice one to do to
Yeah.
start with. So, and her patterns are amazing. They're really well
Okay.
written.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mm.
Great. I've got to look that one up. Awesome. Thank you, Mary Ellen.
Mm.
Anybody want to hop in next? Julie, hi.
Hi there. I'm really glad that I wove in the ends on that shawl that I appeared in a couple weeks ago, because I got to take it along with me and I wore it to keep warm while I was looking at glaciers last week.
Aw.
So that was fun.
Yes.
And I've gone for some other really low-hanging fruit. I finished a hat,
Yay.
which is the Sea Stacks hat. And my color choices were more subtle than I usually go for, but I'm happy with it. It came with
Beautiful.
enough yarn to do a different brim and then use the other two balls of yarn to finish the other top. And
Mm.
balls are so different on the Zabra ball that it's going to be a totally different hat.
Oh, wow.
And then I finished the Dry Tortugas of Nancy Bates's.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, I love that.
Yeah, this was
Oh.
a really fun and quick one. This was faster than some of hers are.
I
And
love that. Can you tell us about the yarn with that? Because it's just, I love the colorway is great. The colors together.
I'm pretty sure these are Malabrigos.
Okay, yep.
Um, there's the yarn store that I do the most with out here has been making up their own kits, mostly using Rios
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes some whitefish knits or something like that. There's
Okay.
something that comes out of the like Montana or somewhere like that,
Yep.
more local to this part of the world.
I know that a lot of the Nancy Bates patterns had Malabrigo in it, which was what was so fun to see how she used
Yeah.
them. So, oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
And then I took my love note on the trip with me because my daughter-in-law, for whom this is destined, was there. And when I went on board ship, I had the body finished except for binding it off. And I had started a sleeve. So I had the hem on one of the sweater cords.
Mm.
And I'm glad I did because I had Sia try it on. And she, who used to be a basketball player, tried it on when it was just about this long and said, "Yeah, that's a crop. Could I please have 4 more inches?"
Oh.
So I got to rip it back to the beginning of the short rows. That
Oh.
was an adventure with 2 yarns. So
Oh, yeah.
I spent one evening doing that, and then about 4 evenings getting all of that yarn knit back onto it. I've decided I'm going to add about 2 more inches
Mm.
from where I am now before I start the short rows. Because I want it to be truly good and long for her. She really
Mm.
hates being cold, and she's cold a lot.
Mm.
So I marked where to start those extra inches from. I got the extra ball of yarn, and as long as my yarn holds out, we'll push forward.
It's beautiful. Love your that sort of marled effect is so pretty. And is it like a navy? It's reading as navy for me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. This is the darker ball, and it's not quite as purple as it looks on my screen, but it's just a nice dark,
Mm.
intense navy, a little bit jewel tone.
Nice.
And then this, you can see decidedly lighter,
Okay.
Mm.
fuzzier one. I
Wow.
probably, if I'd seen them in person instead of on screen, I'm not sure I would have put them together.
Mm.
I'm having that happen a lot. I don't think my
Mm.
screens are running very true to color, um, which is, nobody's fault. But it's certainly pretty, and I know the marled look is on trend, so that's a good thing too, to give to somebody a generation down. And so we're making progress. It's going to take me,
Yay.
because this
Yep.
is another one where the rounds are rather long.
Mm-hmm. Julie, to that point about the color trueness on the screen, And for anybody, like, we definitely appreciate that challenge, and we do try to, when we notice a real difference with what we're at least seeing on the ball versus maybe the picture that came for the yarn, we try to take pictures that are pretty true. But also, as Pat knows, if you're ever in a situation, especially where you're looking at two yarns together, if you need us to take a photo of them right next to each other in like some natural light, so it looks like actually how your eyes are seeing it, we can do that and text you a picture. And sometimes that is just what kind of can help you know for, and especially too with some of the hand dyed yarns we have, we try to keep up with, but sometimes the dye, batches are really different. Right now the beautiful pink tourmaline we have from On the Round and Plush Single, that's definitely like a little more to mauve. It's beautiful, but so let us know. You can always call the shop and we'll let you know if we're too busy to do it right that minute, but we can usually get you some information.
Well, thank you. I've bought a lot of yarn online in the last 5 years, and lately I think it may be because I've been able to be in shops more again that I'm starting to notice I thought, and it's not just this. I've had 2 or 3 of those instances lately. But I really appreciate that option to give you a call for that because
Well,
Yep.
I can testify that they are fabulous about that. Rachel must have spent an hour and a half with me one afternoon taking pictures of everything in the shop till we found something that actually went together. It was great.
Well, and what I mean, I've just always sometimes what I'll do, like I've always wished that there could be a little, I don't know, plug-in add-on to my browser screen that would allow me to like grab two pictures and put them right next to each other from a screen.
yeah.
Sometimes I do it old school and I throw two images into like a PowerPoint slide so I can really like look at them but it's different even than seeing them right next to each other. So yeah, we get it. It's hard.
I've been known to trot back and forth from the depths of a store to the front windows to really look at stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I will say that combination you have, even though it might be a little disappointing, turned out to be a beautiful fabric.
Really
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
So that was a wonderful accident right there. She's going to treasure that for a long time.
And I'm really glad that after I'd started it, I went back and swatched it with a smaller needle because the fabric is a lot nicer that one needle size down. It was kind of
It
loose.
does make a difference, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, you must get a picture when it's all finished in case you give it away before we get a chance to see it next, because that is really beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Really.
I'm pretty sure it'll still be here in 2 weeks. But more will be done.
You get a little farther along. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
We are. Anybody else want to go next?
I have a question. If she had decided not to go back before the short rows, would that really have made much of a difference? If she had just ripped back the ribbing and then just kept knitting? Because the short rows would still be about the small of the back.
There would be.
I
don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
It would have come down over the
wondered
hips a
that.
little better, maybe.
Pardon?
It would have come down over the hips maybe a little better, because that's where it kind of, it's lengthy across the bottom about the buttocks. And so if it started at about a little below her waist, it wasn't quite long enough. It would have just been wider across her hips.
We were still above the waist though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she must be a
what
really
on
tall
her it
girl.
was still above the waist?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
She's very statuesque.
Wonderful.
And she was very nervous trying it on. She couldn't quite believe I was going to put it over her head.
Oh.
But I was really glad I bought the sweater cord. It was the first time I'd used it and it earned its keep.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah. I don't know what I'd do without them.
Yeah.
I think I think that before I had them, I was really reluctant to put a sweater on waste yarn because sometimes the fibers will pick up. If
Yeah.
you have working with a dark sweater and you have a lighter
Mhm.
color waste yarn, you
Yep.
can still see it. And it was just, and it would stick and it would be a pain.
Yeah.
Now that I have those cords, I definitely try on sweaters way more often.
Way more often.
Yeah,
Agreed.
so I'm getting a better fit for sure. And it's also easier to work with for sleeves, like
Mm.
putting them on the when you're knitting and you have to put something on the sleeves.
Yeah.
It just crumbles up easier. Fits in your bag easier. It stays put. I think they're
Mhm.
fabulous.
Yep. Beth, you had your hand up. Do you want to share?
Yeah, so one of the projects that I'm trying to finish up, I'm trying to finish up the yarn. I had started a crochet top, and that was like at least a year ago, and wasn't really, it felt like it was gonna take me forever. So I pulled it out and I did a different top.
Hmm.
It's a V-neck. So you can't see the V-neck, the V part in the front
Mm.
there, but it has a really interesting raglan construction. So like the back is like the regular type of raglan, but the front is, let me see if I can,
Mm.
it's got like a sort of a ridge, so it's like, what's it called? A front cable,
Oh.
front back loop cable, front loop cable. Um, and so it makes it actually sort of makes a ridge along the front. So, yeah, hopefully I get this, like, it was, when you first do it, you do it flat, and then when you get to the bottom of the V is when you join. So
Mhm.
like the purling was a bit much, but now that I'm joined, I'm hopefully, it goes a little faster.
And what's the designer or sweater name?
It is called, um, let me see, let me turn it the other way. Um, at the Seaside Tea.
Mhm.
Um, so
Nice.
they have, let me see if I can, oh, no, I just like went out of it. They do the stripe and to a certain part, and then they do solid, but I don't know. I may do stripe all the way down. I'm not sure yet. Um, especially because of the amounts of yarn
Mm.
I bought. Let me see if I can bring it up and then show the picture. Um, so
Mm.
that's what it looks.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Very cute.
Yeah.
I don't even, I had it in my Ravelry for a while, so I have a feeling it might be free.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure. But so that's what I'm working on, and so I feel like this was a better choice to get through the yarn that I have. And then I did start, I still have that little bit of sleeve on my Scudic Bay,
Mm.
but the yarn is a little heavier and it's been so darn hot. I haven't felt like sitting down
Mhm.
and finishing up, but I did start for another knit along for Shark Week, these like socks.
Oh, cute.
So this is a stone knit pattern.
Mhm.
I think, let me see. It actually has 3 patterns in it. These are actually sardines, not sharks. But
Oh,
they
I
I
have
like
love it.
presentation.
they have the sardines. It's all in one, the 3 patterns. Let me just pull it up. Because I save it under something, I call it something else in my knit companion. Um, but they have crabs, sardines, and lobsters, I think is the third. But I think it's that same stone knits.
Yep.
It
That
is. I might have accidentally bought that one this week too.
Yeah, it's called Fisherfolks Fancy Sock Set. So
Oh my
there's like,
gosh.
so there's 3 different socks.
Oh
The
my God, with the
To use.
lobsters?
Yeah, I want to do the lobsters too.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
crabs and then the fish.
So it's
Um,
Fisherfolks Fancy Sock
Fisherfolks Fancy Sock Set. Stone Knits
Set.
is the
I love it. Oh my gosh.
yeah, but it's
So-
coming out really cute. And there was a local dyer here who did up the set, the sock set. But the interesting thing is I've never I got the BFL. I think it's just all BFL, no nylon. These
Hmm.
are really thick. Like the
Wow.
BFL is feeling like these are going to be like really toasty.
Mm.
Because unlike some of, some of it could be the color work too, but it just feels like a lot, it'll be a heavier sock. I mean, they're fingering.
Where's that sock? What's the sock yarn again?
It is, oh, now I'm gonna forget. What's her name? She's down here in Pennsylvania, Sunset
Hmm.
Fiber Company,
Okay.
out of Lancaster, PA, and she did the 2 colors for this
Hmm.
um so it's the sock base is 100% BFL.
Okay. That's good to know because I do occasionally have folks who are like, I don't want nylon in my socks. So,
I think these are going to be very sturdy. Like it
mhm.
just feels a lot. It just has a different, maybe it's a little, I might say it's like a little rougher than when
Mhm.
like some of the sock yarns with the nylon in it, but it
Yep.
just feels like it's going to be a very sturdy sock.
Nice. Beautiful. Well, thanks for that inspiration. I
Yeah.
still have not embarked on any color work socks, but I feel like it's in my future because there's just so darn many cute ones out there.
It's, I always get, the first color work I did, like they were a little tight. I got them on my foot, but they were a little tight. But I mean, that's the hardest thing is making sure that, you, you're loose enough or you go up a needle size enough that you can get it over your foot, that you don't have
Like
that tight.
specifically on the color work, it's standard probably to go up a needle size. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking for my first foray, I'd sort of dip my toe in, with just like a motif around the ankle or something, just so that it's a little less daunting.
Now I found a pattern that's got a little tree on the side. Of course, it was in the winter. I was thinking Christmas or whatever, so I thought I would try that. It's just a little pine tree. See how that works.
Well, we have now, we're carrying the vintage sock by Barocco, and we hadn't had that before. And I'm very eager to use it because I've seen it worked up and people have really, really enjoyed working with it. And we have a number of their solids, and then you know how they do this sort of nice, sort of heathery options, and it's a great price point. Like I don't know, maybe $11 or something for a 400 whatever plus yard skein. So especially thinking color work where you might need to buy a couple colors, that's an affordable way to do it.
The other thing is, well, it's interesting, this knit along group that's doing the socks, a lot of them are 9 inchers. Not they're, and I'm wondering if like I'm doing it on 2/16. That's my go-to, but I'm wondering if a 9, like, so you're more even going around, like you can control the floats going around so that there's not like, that tightness, like it ends up too tight between 2 needles.
Can I just say,
Jamie, can I like cede the floor to you, please, for
please,
this topic?
may I have the floor, please? Because I have been obviously knitting one pair of sock a month since January, and I have done all the mistakes. Well, not all the mistakes because you can only make so many in 6 months. But so I've tried doing magic loop, the 9-inch. The 9-inch makes my hands cramp a little bit. And finally, a couple months ago, I got 1.5, or I got the Addy Flexi Flips So it's a size
Mhm.
down. So I got the number 1 Addy Flexi Flips just for the color work. And it was like all the things I didn't like about DPNs and all the things I didn't like about Magic Loop. It fixed all of it, and the shorties. So I don't know. I am gonna stick with the Addy Flexi Flips just for the color work because it was just a total game changer.
Now, is that the one where it's like pointier on one end or something at like
Yeah.
there's a dip?
And then it has like a little soft cable in the middle, so
Right.
you can just bend it all around. So you're kind of doing that DPN where you're using one needle and it's going to go on a new needle as you go around, but because it's not stiff, the needles are not stiff, you can actually kind of make it into a circle and make sure your floats, you don't lose the tension on your
Yeah,
floats.
even up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I know,
Yeah.
oh,
No,
Stone,
go ahead.
Charlotte Stone does a Domestica class and you can get it for like $1, and she does Magic Loop. I have tried doing Magic Loop with color work and I just can't do it. So anyway, but the Flexi Flips are a huge shout out to those. And Very Cute Knits has a nice little tutorial about how to use them. Anyway, sorry.
No, I think that it's like it's so interesting because I remember with your struggles with, just trying to sort of work out the tension issues, and it is nice if you can try, if one isn't working. Like some people love those 9-inchers, some people, and I think sometimes it depends on like your hands, how big they are, how, and or whatever. It's just nice to have options, and some people swear by DPNs, they just make it work. So a lot of ways to make a sock.
And if you do the Flexi Flips, pay attention to the size because they're not standard size, which I don't understand. But
really,
so if Charlotte Stone says 1.5, you're going to want to get a size 1 Addy.
It's weird because like we're like, but wait, millimeters are a standard unit of measurement. How is this different? I don't get it. We noticed that actually we started to talk about this a little bit with when we were doing the Scudic Bay, I think, by Alice, because she's a big Addy user, and we were noticing some gauge things that we thought, oh wait, she's using a needle that's actually knitting up a little larger than what ours might be. So just interesting to know that about the Addy world.
Are there tutorials for using the Addies?
For the Flexi Flips?
That's what I meant, yes.
Yeah, I think is it Very Pink that has that, Jamie?
Very
Very
Pink
Pink.
Knits. That's
Okay.
all you
Yep.
need.
Yeah, Very Pink. And Stacy, we trust. I will add a note for that. Very Pink. All right. Anybody else wanna say hello or share? Hi, Nisi. What have you got on your knees? And then we'll do Teresa after Nisi.
Well, my friend brought me another UFO that she pulled out of her closet.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was a bag of Barocco alpaca in this lemon lime color.
Whoa.
And she had this just plain rectangle, stock and rectangle. And she said, just pull it out and make something else. I don't have the pattern, so just do whatever. And so I'm like, look how her stitches are so perfect. She's a fabulous knitter. And so I looked at it for a minute and I thought, I'm just not going to do that. So what I did was I pulled a few of her stitches, ripped them back, and then to give it a little bit of a design, I ripped a few stitches back and added the what would you call it, braid?
Yeah.
And then I just sewed up the end and I just made it into a cowl. And then I still have, this whole bag of yarn for something else.
Oh my gosh. It's 100% alpaca?
I think so. It's the Barocco alpaca pure or something.
Nice.
So it feels so good because it's soft and warm. Don't need the warmth right now, but anyway. And then I've had this hat minus the bottom brim, just to right there, which was the Price Shared Chics yarn and pattern in the Advent box last year. And I love the color work of it. I love the design of the color work, but the hat was just too short because it only went to there. It's too short, and I just didn't like it. So I threw it over in my pile to either rip out or do something with. And so since we're trying to finish all the stuff we have, I pulled it out and I looked at it to decide. At first I thought I'll just pull it out. And then I thought, no, before I do that, I'll add another to it. So I just added another brim to it, and now I love it. I just love it.
Great.
Pretty.
And then
that brim color also adds some nice definition too, I think.
yes, I thought so too. And it was just a little bit heavier yarn, which gave it a little more body because the fine yarn was a little on the flimsy side for the brim. So now I love it. I love it. And then I've worked on my hats for all my charity.
Oh,
that's
oh my
cute.
gosh. Yeah.
That's the brick stitch pattern. And then I think this I just did a plain hat and did some slip stitches in it just to give it a little different. And this is all scrap yarns too that I've been trying to use the scrap yarns and the single skeins. And then this was another single skein with no wrapper that I pulled out. And I just did a plain brim, and then I think that's mistake rib or something. Not mistake rib. It's just some kind of a rib.
Broken rib? Yeah.
Broken rib. That's what it is. And then I used the same rest of that skein to just do, this one is double knit 2x2. And then these are just some more scrap balls. And this one, I actually messed up on this one when I started. And if you'll notice here, I have an extra row of pearls. And so I'm like, oh, I don't want to redo the whole thing. So every 2 rows, I just added an extra row of pearls and just made it part of the stitch pattern. And so
that's a spirit. I love that.
Yes.
And then just another plain one for my soldiers.
Aw, so sweet.
So, all small things because it's too hot to do anything else.
Amen.
Got it. Well, congrats. That's a beautiful. I love seeing what you're making with your yarn that you have, and so awesome to knit for charity. I bet those soldiers really, really appreciate a hand knit hat.
Yes, the letters that come back are amazing.
So amazing. Is it, can you remind me, is it a specific organization that organizes it, or are you doing it through like your church or something?
No, I do them and I take them to our VA here in Nashville, but I also send to Operation Gratitude, who supports all of the military branches and first responders. And so I try to every couple months send them a box with, as many as I can get made.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. All right. Next up, I think we've got Teresa.
Yeah, so I finished the shawl that I had just started last time.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Oh my gosh.
Very pretty.
Happy with that. And
Stunning.
it was a little bit smaller than the West Knit shawls I've been working on, which is a nice a change of pace. But now I am back to the West Knit shawls, working on the last yarn along shawl right now. Which is the Wilderness Adventure shawl, in a chevron shape this time, a little bit different than the other ones. So just getting started on that, and so far so good.
Awesome. And it's the fluorescence. And did you get one of the kits from Karen, the Seven Sisters kits?
I did, yeah.
Hold the fluorescence up for us to admire one more time. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
That is so pretty.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Gorgeous mosaic. Thank you. Congrats
Yes.
on that. And a nice little palette cleanser from like the giant West Knit side, as you're saying. That's great. All Well, I got to see Vicky in the shop. That was very, very fun a couple weekends ago.
Oh, that was very fun.
Mhm.
I came to Maine with, you guys will laugh. I packed a carry-on suitcase full of yarn and needles and patterns and things. And I mean, that's all that was in it. And I really pared down on my clothing so that I could bring more yarn.
That's my girl.
And
Good lady.
my eyes were really huge. I had all kinds of projects planned that, and then today my husband went back to work for a week. And I said, I think you should take this yarn back because I'm not going to get to this. And you should take this yarn back. And one of the ones I sent back was that little hat that Nisi showed us from the Twice Sheared Sheep, because I had that Advent box too, and I was going to make that hat. And I just thought, I'm not going to get to that hat. So, but I am still plugging away on my Delacour, and this is the front, so I have a few inches on the front.
Mhm.
And then I'm doing is it a top secret, Iris? The test knit for someone we all know.
Oh, I mean, you can talk about it, but no, that's good. Yeah, that might build some excitement for the pattern. I bet she'd be appreciative of that.
Yeah. So Alice was also at the shop when I was there, and we were just chatting, and she asked if I'd ever done a test knit. And so I'm doing a shawl called Garden Time. And even though I brought a boatload or a suitcase load of yarn with me, I had to buy some yarn while I was there. So what did I get? It was on the round.
Was it plush? Was it plush single?
Yes, yes. It's
Mm-hmm.
so pretty, and it's not close enough for me to grab it. And then I bought another one. No, the plush single I think was for your pattern.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
So I think the other one is Seven Sisters.
Okay, yes. Yeah, was it a blue one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Very pretty. So I'll hopefully show you all that in 2 weeks. And
Give us a little sneak peek teaser. When is she hoping to release the pattern?
well, she said August. So I put this thing
Okay.
down for a while and then I got started on hers. And then
Nice.
my kids and my granddaughter were here until today. And my granddaughter, I've been trying to teach to knit for about a year. She's 7 and she understands the knit stitch, and we're making a scarf that she only works on when she's with me, because nobody else knows how to help her when she makes a mistake.
Mm.
So she only gets
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 rows done every few weeks. So, but I told her that we were lucky she was my only grandchild because I could always knit for her, and there wasn't competition. And
Oh.
and she said, well, if there are any more babies, I could help knit. And then
Oh.
she goes, but they might not get it for a long time. So I thought that
Oh
was
my gosh.
yeah.
Very sweet. Um, well, there's a knitter, a local knitter who just learned she's expecting her first. And it's been a long road to have this first. So I have a little bit of Rios in the ivory colorway, which is just so classic and pretty. And one of our local goats, Kathy, has a pattern that is really, really sweet. It's called the wee Tristan. I'll look it up. But it's really simple, and the newborn size is free, and then there's successive larger sizes that you pay for, which I think is actually kind of a cool idea. But it's a top down. It's one of those ones that sort of buttons at one shoulder, but it's not really buttons. It's actually snaps, which is so smart. You have buttons on the outside, but then you just do snaps. And it's just a nice little cable down the front. So really just very classic, very sweet. And I will find that pattern to make sure I put it in our notes because I haven't started it yet, but it's on my agenda and it'll be cute and small and quick. So, and I'm using Rios. I think it's actually calls for DK, but knowing that I'm a looser knitter, I was kind of like, maybe I'll just go up a yarn size and I won't have to size down in needles that way. So Yeah. All right. Anybody else feel like sharing? You can just knit a little bit.
Well, I'll share. Unlike most of you, I'm immersed in sweaters and blankets right now, unfortunately, but I finally finished my love note for my daughter-in-law. Hope to get that in the mail to her this week. And I just disembarked the ferry onto Sleeve Island on my Fair Isle that I've been working on.
Oh, hold it up. Hold it up. That is so pretty.
Oh, well, I showed it to my 11-year-old granddaughter. And I had just started on the body, so really all that she could see was the yoke on the color work. And she said, Grandma, that's one of those sweaters you could put in an ugly sweater contest.
Oh,
And I said, well, thank you.
oh,
Mother assured me today that that was actually a cool thing. That was not an insult. So, but I hope once I get it all done, she will not think it's quite so ugly.
Oh, well, maybe she was just responding to the, oh gosh, it's
That's
so
beautiful.
beautiful.
so
Oh my
that's not an
goodness.
ugly sweater.
I did
No.
a little bit here and then so this is actually from the Doodle Knit book, but the rest of it is actual old Fair Isle. I did a bunch of research and
Oh.
found some Fair Isle patterns to put on there.
Beautiful.
And then
That's
I'm
beautiful.
started on this sleeve, but I'm gonna do the same thing I did. Ended up doing a split rib on the bottom. It's a little bit shorter than I kind of wanted, and so I think I'll wear it more with like a skirt or something. So I wanted to have that kind of an open end, and then I put that this at the bottom, and then I'm going to put it above the cuffs on the sleeve too.
Beautiful.
So, and I'm working on, I have 3 grandsons. I've been trying to do a birthday blanket for each of my grandchildren, and I have a lot. I have 17, number 18's on the 17 and 18 are both on the way.
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
almost through them all. I missed my oldest grandson was 24 in June, and I missed his because I'm doing a great big blanket for him. He's 6'9".
Oh my God.
Just such a huge blanket, and I said of all the people he was talking about his blanket for the last year, and I said all the
Oh.
people I didn't want to not get done in time, it was yours, Timothy. But unfortunately, I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. So, but it's so big and bulky that I have to work on it. I can't work on it too long. It's too heavy. Then I've got a grandson that's turning 6 August 14th, and I'm about halfway done with his. And then I have a new grandson that's due in September, in the middle of September. So I'm working on his. And then I have either grandson or granddaughter. I don't know which yet. That's due in January. So I'll start on his or hers. And then I'm working on
Oh my
this
God.
little dog star sweater for my 2-year-old granddaughter. I started the sleeve. I've never done any little kid things. So it's so adorable. It's just so cute. This little sleeve going on this tiny body.
So cute.
Yeah, I can't wait I told my daughter today, even if I just put it on her, get a picture of her, and then that's the end of the sweater, that's all I want. So I don't expect it to
Oh.
last long. It's such a light color and it's gonna get stained and who knows what, but it's just so, but it's fun.
These are such amazing memories that you're making for your family member, and so special to have something handmade by a beloved grandma. Those are really treasured items.
I've been surprised at how even the young ones, my little grandson that turned 7, I gave him his this summer when we were in Wisconsin, and he just loved it so much. He carried it around with him all over the house while I was there visiting. I'd come out in the morning, he was all wrapped up in it, playing with his little toys, and then the grandson that's turning 6, he already told me what colors he wanted. It's blue and yellow because those are his favorite colors, and I did kind of a moon and star pattern on one end, and just discovered that I'm not a fan of color work on the flat, definitely. But and then I did a little whale themed one for my grandson that's 7, And he makes his bed and lays it out on his bed, and they're so particular about it. Even these little young ones, it's really funny. So
Really special. Oh my gosh.
yeah. So
Well,
almost
thank you for the update. And for those of you watching, I was working on a little finished object Friday post for this Friday on Facebook and Instagram. And I did a few of the great photos that folks have sent in. There's so many with the raffle. It's really fun and easy and convenient for me to pull some pictures. So Donna's finished love note picture will be in the Friday social, so you can check that out, even though she didn't have it because it's already in the mail. So yay. Also, I forgot to say, our friend Teresa from New York, also who's a friend of Gwen. So Teresa C is on her way to Maine right now for her 10th anniversary. So happy anniversary to Teresa and her spouse. And it was hilarious, I think, when I remembered, because when Vicky was talking about, packing up the yarn, Teresa's note to me in her email, which she wrote to me today, saying she probably wouldn't be able to pop in, was, the hardest part of packing for this trip is figuring out which projects I'm bringing. And I figured you all could very well relate to that sentiment.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So it's
Well, wish
always
her
the
a
fun.
happy
So
anniversary from all of us too when she pops in.
yeah, maybe she'll be on the next call with us. Anyway,
I was glad to hear Pat rant about the bitty, because I'm wondering how difficult it is to do the brioche. I do brioche on the looms, but I haven't done it on the needles. And so Pat's comments are a little bit of an inspiration to try that.
Do try, because it was really fun.
well, what's nice too about it is that you're only dealing with brioche knitting, so you don't have to learn brioche purl, and you don't have to remember to switch to brioche purl. It's just brioche knit. So I think in that way, it's kind of a nice way to onboard with a brioche project.
And
Yay.
what's its official name in Ravelry?
The Bitty, Bitty Brioche Kerchief.
And I used some leftover sock yarn. I had quite a bit of that, and I thought I would have enough. I had maybe 50, is it 50 ounces? Is that what a typical ball is? 50 grams.
Uh-huh.
Ounces, I don't remember. Anyway, it takes a little more than that for a finished one. That's why I ran out. So
well, it's interesting too, and I'm kind of learning this as more people are knitting it. I think when you knit with the sock yarn that's plied, it comes out using a little bit more yarn and a little bit heavier. The ones with single ply seem to be more towards the 35 gram, 150 yards range. But so that's just something to know too. But
that's interesting.
it's fun to see them all coming in. I like seeing them on Ravelry too. There's some fun ones out there. So thank you. Well, let's see. It's just about 6, and maybe folks are thinking about their dinners, except for if you're not on the East Coast, you're probably not thinking about your dinner yet, or maybe you are. Good afternoon snack. But thank you so much for joining us again for a fun catch up and finish along evening. Always so nice to see all of your smiling faces on here and catch up with what you're working on. So we'll see you in another couple weeks. And in the meantime, have a good time with your finish along projects. You guys are killing it this year.
Thank you. You all have a great couple of weeks, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.